Hey everyone, what's up? As some of you may know, the people that have been on this channel for a while, if you look at my reviews and the videos that I put out, I cover a good amount of CRPGs. For example, I reviewed Gothic 1 and 2, Baldur's Gate, Arcanum, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, and the original Fallout games, Fallout New Vegas, etc. I absolutely love CRPGs. Recently, I've been doing a lot of videos about Fallout because that is my favorite series ever, the Fallout series. So of course, I'm going to do a lot of videos about it. But I wanted to put this video out to spread some positivity because when I read a lot of comments on a lot of older CRPGs, whether it's Arcanum, the original Fallout games, or if I'm talking about the future of Fallout, sometimes I get these comments that say, well, the CRPG subgenre, I think that's what you call it, a subgenre, well, they say CRPGs are dead or they are dying. Well, whether it's on an incline or a decline, we can talk about that, that's up for discussion, but CRPGs are not dead. You just have to know where to look. Let's be honest, CRPGs were never really mainstream. I mean, look back at the original Fallout games, or games like Arcanum, Ultima 7, Wizardry, Might and Magic, Gothic 1 and 2, etc. They were never really that popular. They certainly didn't sell tens of millions of copies like a Grand Theft Auto or Metal Gear Solid series. They've always had their niche. So it's the same thing that applies to what's going on now. Well, the quality we can argue because they did have a lot of fantastic games back in the days of where you could say it was the golden age of CRPGs. And I'm not an expert. There are people out there that are more articulate and they go really in depth about the history of CRPGs, what led up to now, and they give their opinion on whether CRPGs are inclining or declining. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because I want to show my support for indie developers that are making CRPGs and mod makers that are working on mods for classic CRPGs like the original Fallout games, Fallout New Vegas, etc. Indie developers and mod makers are keeping CRPGs alive, and they're doing some great things with it. That doesn't mean that I'm automatically going to give it a good score or give it a thumbs up just because it's something that I'm interested in. I will play it and give it my honest opinion. Now, this is my message to all the people that talk to me or left me comments saying that they think CRPGs are dead. Give it another look. If you truly think that CRPGs are dead and there's no point in trying to get into the recent ones, then that's okay. If that's what you truly feel, then go for it. But give it another look. There have been a lot of good stuff coming out recently, whether it's CRPGs or mods for classic CRPGs. I've been on YouTube for almost 3 years, and in those 3 years, I have gotten to know some mod makers personally, talk to them, and play a lot of great mods and cover them. And let me tell you something, the dedication and the passion that these people have for whatever game they're making mods for is absolutely amazing to see. Some of these people, they can make a separate game. For example, Fallout Nevada or Fallout 1.5 Resurrection. These games can be treated as separate games. They still may use some of the same assets or the same gameplay, but the story, the dialogue, and their own creative spin makes it feel like a brand new game. And I hope these people that are working on these great mods and things like that, I hope they can someday get hired and they have the team behind them and the budget to make their own visions come to life. Mod makers are doing fantastic things, and I will try to cover mods as much as I can. I've been doing it the past 8 months, but I want to do more. Recently, there have been a good amount of CRPGs that came out, and I've seen some interesting projects in development. I'll give you a couple of examples. Underrail. Underrail is a game that I recommend 100%. It's fantastic. The focus on exploration, exploring this underground area, the combat, the characters, the story. I absolutely love it, and I'm very happy to see that they are coming out with an expansion pack soon. And Underrail is the game that you see in the background, so you should definitely check it out. It came out last year. The Age of Decadence. This is a game that I've been wanting to play for the past couple of months, ever since I found out about it. It focuses on choices and consequences, and I heard that it has a really high learning curve, and I'm interested already. So I definitely will play that, and I will review it sometime in the future. Now, this is a game that is in development. I did a video about it. It's called Stygian Reign of the Old Ones. It is a Lovecraftian CRPG. And if you're familiar with Lovecraft, then you'll know some of the themes in this game. It looks fantastic and I can't wait to play it. Another game I am interested in is Copper Dreams. This is a CRPG that focuses on espionage. I did a video about this a couple of months ago, and the studio that is developing this game also made Serpent in the Staglands. Now, I still have to play Serpent in the Staglands, but from what I've seen so far, it looks like a spiritual successor to Darklands. Darklands is a unique CRPG that came out back in 1992, and you have to look up gameplay of it or download it and play it yourself. It's very interesting, and there were some things in character creation and some of the game's elements that were ahead of its time, and I can't wait to play Serpent in the Staglands and give you my review of it. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, Atom, a post-nuclear RPG. That comes out in 2018, and it looks very promising. There are a couple of other projects too I'm trying to think of. Dungeon Rats. Dungeon Rats was made by the people that came out with Age of Decadence, and it's a party-based CRPG. It kind of reminds me of the old game. If you remember, the game is called Icewind Dale, and Dungeon Rats reminds me of that game a bit, but I haven't played it yet. Let's see what else. Oh, I can't forget this. Torment, Tides of Numenera, and if you've ever played Planescape Torment, I know you're excited for this game. There's some other things too. Oh yes, this is a very obscure CRPG that came out recently. It's not on GOG yet, it's not on Steam yet. Hopefully it gets on one of those platforms. It's called Dr. Dungeon's Madman, and from what I've seen so far, it reminds me of Ultima 7, and it looks interesting. I mean, it doesn't have the best graphics, but I don't really care about that. It reminds me of Ultima. That is good enough for me. I will definitely try it out sometime in the future. So once again, it's called Dr. Dungeon's Madman. If you look that up on Google, you'll get their website. So, not only have there been a lot of interesting CRPGs that came out or in development, there are a lot of mods that came out or are in development that are pretty interesting. I'll give you some examples. Project Nevada, I did a video about that. Fallout 1.5 Resurrection, I'm going to review that. Fallout the Frontier, and some other ones too. What I'm trying to say, the reason why I did this video is for anyone that is not optimistic about the future or the present for CRPGs, or they think the subgenre is dead, have some hope. Try to have some positivity. Listen, I'm not looking down on you, I've been the same way. I'm a cynical bastard, and if you watch my videos like the future of Fallout or my Fallout 4 review, you would know that I'm a cynical bastard. But the Fallout series is my favorite series, so that's why I focus on that. But I also try to be optimistic too, because there are a lot of indie developers and mod makers that are doing some great things with CRPGs, and I don't want to lose focus on that. There aren't that many YouTube channels out there that focus on CRPGs, or one of their focuses is CRPGs. So I try to make my channel about whatever I want to, but since I like CRPGs, I try to come out with mod videos, CRPG reviews, and videos about upcoming CRPGs as much as possible. I will definitely try to do more videos like that in the future because, yes, as I said before, I am a cynical bastard, and if I feel like ranting, I'm gonna rant, and if I want to be an asshole, I'll be an asshole. But I also want to look at the greener pasture, if you can say. I also want to be optimistic too, because there are a lot of great projects that I don't want to miss. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I will leave links in the description for the games that I mentioned. Let me know what you think about this. Leave a comment. If there are any upcoming CRPGs that you want me to know about, or there are any CRPGs that I haven't reviewed or haven't mentioned that you want me to know about, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Have a great day.